5-foot toy mountain, rising up higher than a giant fountain. For the mailman to crawl through so that he can get the mail straight to you. Safety, the post office way, practicing every day. Safety.
My job to deliver the mail all day. I bring the mail to you without fail. We put this rap together just for you, to tell you some of the safe things to do. I do my best to keep an eye on the children. I really would like to see all of you grow up and learn to be safe in every way. You even be safe in your own driveway.
Gay!
Ah, yes, your tax dollars hard at work.
The weapons of mass destruction, the missiles are on the Lord's band, and pointed at every nation. Time gets shorter. Crates of guns and ammo from country to country they go.
All right, what's going on with this big brain post office box conspiracy? I'll tell you, man, the left comes up with the dumbest conspiracy theories I've ever heard. They're just completely unhinged. I got into a discussion the other day with somebody on this post office business, and he put this up. The USPS is literally backing up trucks to mailboxes and taking them away. Here are photos of mailboxes being decommissioned in Southeast Portland and Eugene, Oregon. Check out how many are already on the trucks. But today's news is probably going to talk about golden showers instead. So these big brains think that because these mailboxes are getting picked up, that in Oregon, no less, that's going to be something to do with taking away people's right to vote, because they want to have this mail-in voting thing. They are pushing this thing to the max, and they are holding up people from receiving, more coronavirus money to get this passed. And now here you're talking about Portland and Eugene, Oregon. When Oregon hasn't voted red in 35 years. How is this going to stop anything? How is this going to stop people from voting Democrat in Oregon? You got Fauci already saying that, there's no reason why we can't vote in person. If you can go to Walmart and go shopping, then you can vote in person. You just do the same thing. You keep your distance, wear a mask. You have people in there that'll wipe down things every time somebody votes. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. You should be able to just walk in and vote. Just like you go to Walmart, do your shopping, and you go through the checkout line. It's no different. I don't understand what all the to do is. But yeah. Here's a little article from Dan Bongino, which is pretty funny. A group of liberals meet in person to protest against voting in person. More than 100 demonstrators converged outside the North Carolina mansion of the Postmaster General, protesting the cutbacks, delays, and other changes to the U.S. Postal Service that have created fears for mail-in voting ahead of the November presidential election. Protesters, they came out and they protested. They're all standing together. I mean, if these people can come out and do this, why can't they just go to the polling office and vote? It doesn't make any sense. It's just so stupid. Even Dr. Infinite Lockdown Fauci thinks that the hysteria over voting in person is nonsense. While he said that those who are at high risk should take advantage of normal absentee voting methods, Fauci said in a recent interview with National Geographic that I think if carefully done according to the guidelines, there's no reason that I can see why that not to be the case. For example, you know, when you look at it, when you look at going to the grocery store now, how many regions and counties and cities are that are doing it correctly? They have an X for every 6 feet, and it says don't leave this spot until the person in front of you has left their spot. Doesn't make it makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. But these people are adamant on mail-in voting. Why would that be? I don't know. Could it be fraud? I don't know. Well, anyways, there's a difference between mail-in voting and absentee voting. Absentee ballots you have to request. You have to request them, and you have to. It's all tracked, and everything is on the up and up. If you don't want to go vote in person, then request an absentee ballot right now, and it'll come in, and you can do your early voting and do whatever. It's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. To do a mass mailing of ballots, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? But Nancy Pelosi calls House back to address USPS conspiracy theory, but not the coronavirus relief for Americans. There you go. There's the thing. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has summoned House members to return to Washington, D.C. this week to address what Democrat leadership is calling Postal Service sabotage, a conspiracy theory that Donald Trump's is interfering with normal operations of the U.S. Postal Service to hinder the agency's ability to handle mail-in voting. What did Pelosi say in a letter? Alarmingly, across the nation, we see the devastating effects of the president's campaign to sabotage the election by manipulating the Postal Service to disenfranchise voters. Postmaster General Louis DeJoy, one of the top Trump mega donors, has proven a complicit crony as he continues to push forward sweeping new operational changes that degrade Postal Service, delay the mail, and, according to Pelosi, Postal Service itself threaten to deny the ability of eligible Americans to cast their votes through the mail in the upcoming elections in a timely fashion. Again, if you request an absentee ballot, there's no problem with it. I don't understand. Therefore, be noted that Pelosi is not summoning the House back to work on passing additional coronavirus relief. Instead, she is calling the House to address what is little more than a widely circulated conspiracy theory. And I'm going to show you. And they're going, so this is how crazy they're getting with it. Democrats urge FBI to open a criminal inquiry into the Postmaster General. They're actually calling for an FBI investigation. Duo allege DeJoy has slowed delivery to affect mail-in votes. Pelosi recalls House early in an effort to protect the post office. Here's another one from the Wall Street Journal. The post office's problem isn't Trump. Democrats cry sabotage, but mail volume is way down, and the USPS is losing billions of dollars. Now, I just saw a thing with Judge Napolitano today, and I love Judge. I love the judge. He's great. And, you know, he made some good points, but he didn't I was kind of weary about what he said. And, you know, one of the things that he said was that the Congress passes, when it comes to dealing with money, you have to pass it through Congress. So Trump's little executive order, you know, telling people that they should get the $300 and then the extra $100 would come on their state, would come off their state. Well, legally he can't do that because he has to. When it comes to money, he has to pass it through Congress. Congress is the purse string, and he has to pass it through that. Makes sense, but I think it was more of he was trying to get things going, so he tried to do it himself, which isn't going to work. But he also added that the post office has to be funded no matter what. It's kind of like the military. It's in the Constitution that the post office must be funded and must run no matter what. Now Donald Trump's trying to streamline it a little bit so it's a little more efficient, but he has to fund the post office. So now back to this one. USPS spokesperson Kimberly Frum explained to the Washington Post, historically, mailboxes have been removed for lack of use and installed in growth areas. When a collection box consistently receives very small amounts of mail for months on end, it costs the Postal Service money in fuel and work hours for letter carriers to drive to that mailbox and collect the mail. Removing the mailbox is simply good business sense in that respect. It is important to note that anyone with the residential or business mailbox can use it as a vehicle to send outgoing mail. And one of the things Nancy Pelosi said was that, trying to scare old people was like, oh, they're not going to get their Social Security checks and everything else. Well, that's not true, because in 2009 they passed a bill that says that nobody gets a Social Security check anymore. They don't use the mail service for Social Security checks. Everything's done through banking, electronic banking now. So that's bullshit. In fact, the USPS has removed hundreds of thousands of mailboxes over the past several decades. Another example is the removal of hundreds of mail sorting machines, but even CNN reported that the mail sorting machines just decommissioned in recent months have already been scheduled to be taken out of service. Decommissioning old and worn machines is routine practice for any business, nor is the president taking funds from the USPS. In fact, the USPS is fully funded through fiscal year 2021 and even received a $10 billion loan from the Treasury Department last month. This means the Postal Service will be fully operational through the end of next year. And what they're doing is trying to add more money to the Postal Service so that they can go full bore with this mail-in voting stuff, and they're trying to attach it to the stimulus package, so that the Democrats are holding that up right now. So any of you normies out there that think that these Democrats are fighting for you, there you go, right there. That's them fighting for you right there. And we got posts like this where Burbank, California, in your entire life, have you ever seen a locked mailbox at the USPS? Now you have a disgrace and immediate threat to American democracy. Shame on them. Shame on the GOP. Where are you, Senate majority, blah, 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 whatever. Well, I don't know, whoever that is. Must be the senator for Burbank, California. So what you can see here is they have locks on these boxes. Now, if you really must know, this is right in front of the post office, so you can take your mail in and still have it delivered. And Eyewitness 7 did a thing on this. The USPS has said it's commonplace practice for mailboxes outside the post offices to be locked on days they are closed to prevent vandalism. And right here they say Eyewitness News reached out to the USPS for an explanation, and an employee said it's common practice to be closed. Okay, I just said that. We noticed then they went around and they said, we noticed the mailbox can still be accessed from the other side. Oh, Jesus. So most of those mailboxes that you saw that were being replaced were in Portland, Oregon, where these, dummies were destroying them, and they're being replaced with ones that work. Or it's been commonplace. Here's from the Inspector General on September 19th, 2016. Okay, this was 2016, 4 years ago. Mail collection boxes are practically in American as an apple pie. They also seem to be disappearing as quickly as mom's homemade apple pie. Nationally, the number of collection boxes declined more than 12,000 in the past 5 years. So they declined 12,000 since 2011. Okay? It's a tough balancing act for the Postal Service. Some collection boxes are barely used and are expensive to maintain. On the other hand, mail collection boxes are visible representation of the Postal Service to the American public, and their disappearance has been noted. They are reliable, secure, and convenient receptacles for mail. As part of its efforts to keep its collection infrastructure proportionate to customers' needs at a reasonable cost, the Postal Service has eliminated underused collection boxes that on average receive fewer than 25 pieces a day. It has also added collection boxes where they are convenient to customers. So there you go. This has been happening since at least 2011, and it was all part of keeping the postal service efficient to some amount. I mean, they're literally losing billions of dollars every year, and one of them is like what Trump said was the deal that they have with Amazon. They're like losing $2 a package. They lose $2 a package. So how can you expect the Postal Service to keep running when it's running at such a loss every year? That comes out of yours and my pocket. I mean, we're paying for that stuff. You would expect them to want to make it a little more efficient. Of course, it's the government. They don't care. They're going to take the money one way or another. And, just like every other government agency, they have a budget and they have to meet that budget every year. And they try to exceed that budget so then the next year they can go for a bigger budget. And, it's stupid. It's stupid the way these people are. But this is where it kind of all started right here. This is Jamie Lee Curtis. I think she should get off the casting couch and go on the psych couch more often. But she wrote, this is kind of where I saw it for the first time. I saw this tweet, and it just kind of exploded from there. And now, like, CNN and all these news corporations are covering this stuff, and we're actually talking about this stuff now. I'm actually talking about this stuff. But this was like last week. She wrote, "I swear in broad daylight, the driver of the red truck had a red cap on with white letters. Conspiracy, outright attempt at stealing the election by denying access of the USPS. Let's not let it happen, Joe Biden." So this mail truck is on the back of a flatbed because they're stealing it. They're stealing it from the post office. Oh man. That's just completely stupid. Just completely stupid. Well, I guess my message is get back to work, Nancy, and do the right thing, and stop screwing around with everybody's freaking money. You can't win. We already know that. You can't win. And judging by the Democrat National Convention last night, holy crap, you can't win. What a joke. What a joke. But, you know, so now they're going to try to cheat to win. That's the only thing they got. It's the only thing they got left. It's the only thing they got left. They had the Russian conspiracy. Didn't work. Now they got the mailbox conspiracy. All right. Holy hell. I just saw this. Clinton was scheduled to speak at the DNC last night, and the same day that he was supposed to speak at the Democrat National Convention, all these pictures dropped about him on with Jeffrey Epstein on his plane. And if you think that wasn't done on purpose, you're nuts. Shit's getting real for these guys, man. Shit's getting real. This is from the Daily Caller. Exclusive. Would you mind giving it a crack? Bill Clinton leans back and smiles while receiving neck massage from Epstein victim number 22. In a never seen before seen photos during the trip on pedophile's plane to Africa in 2002, as he addressed Dem Convention tonight. Well, it just dropped the same day as he was doing it. And he enjoyed a neck massage, and there she is right there. This is the same girl who said that Jeffrey Epstein was raping her, and she escaped in 2005. And you know, it's savage. All these pictures of those two together, and pictures of Jeffrey Epstein's airplane. There she is with Epstein. She said she got raped by him quite a few times. There's there's Clinton with Ghislaine Maxwell getting onto Epstein's plane. There he is on Epstein's plane playing poker. These pictures just dropped today. Oh, look at that, Kevin Spacey with Ghislaine Maxwell. I wonder what he's on the phone with. Yeah, can you send me up a couple more Norwegian boys? Because you know they're gonna die anyways. It's pretty funny. It's not funny. It's horrible. But all the kids that accused this douchebag here of raping them when they were kids, they're all seeming to have fatal car accidents lately. It's kind of maddening. Show the pictures because it's kind of interesting. Of course, I'm recording this the day before, so I haven't watched the DNC. It's gonna be interesting to see it tonight. So let's see what happens.
all the Antifa and the BLM that showed up to the Sturgis motorcycle rally yesterday here in South Dakota? How stupid are you? How stupid are you? How was Hell's Angels? How was it?
Look at this. Damn, I wish I would have went.
How stupid are you? How stupid are you?
Is there a female officer present to do this? Is there a female officer present while you're patting her down?
What's that?
Do you have a female officer present while you're patting her down?
Nope. How do you know that I don't identify as a female?
Boom. If in case you didn't hear that cop, he said, how do you know that I don't identify as a female? Good on you.
Yep. Fucking smart ass.
All right, that's it for me. Love you. See ya.